I'm late to work. It was a long story on the bus. I'll talk about it when I've got time. Hello again, folks. It's been hours since I've recorded anything. It's 9 p.m. Long day at work. Having a brewski. So I think that last little segment, I think I may have said that a couple of meth heads made me arrive to work even later than I wanted to. Well, very true. First of all, I left the house about 5 minutes later than I wanted to, so I knew I was going to miss the bus that I was meant to catch. But then my following bus was going to show up like 7 minutes later from when I got to the bus stop, which was okay. I knew I was still running kind of late, but I was still going to be on time. And then the bus arrived. I got on the bus, and we arrived at the intersection of Sunset and Vermont on the way to Hollywood, okay? And basically, Sunset and Vermont is one of the first two stops, gateways from hell or to hell. Vermont sucks, and so does Western Avenue suck. That's where all the wackos, all the drug addicts, all the everything bad, for the most part, get on or off at those bus stops. And so okay, the bus driver sets down the platform for a woman in a wheelchair to get on, right? Only, obviously, this person, which I would later find out was one of the two meth heads, didn't even really need the wheelchair, because she gets up and she's slowly pushing it into the bus, and she's able-bodied. It's not like she's struggling or anything. She's just taking her sweet-ass time because she's high. Anyway, after literally about 5 minutes of her maneuvering to get into position on the bus, the guy that was with her, I don't know if he was even with her, he gets on the bus after her, and he's got a big suitcase with him, and he's just out of it. You could tell, like, the whole time he's slowly going into that fentanyl lean. But anyway, at one point, as we're not even at the next stop, but we're on our way to the next stop, the bus has to make a sudden stop, but nothing too crazy. Next thing that happens, because he wasn't sitting down, the big meth head ends up tripping and falling backwards over his suitcase, landing on his back. Another bus rider, courteous enough to get up and go over there and tries, like, he extends his hand out to him to lift him. The guy is so out of it on the floor that he doesn't even notice the guy. He's just looking at him, and the guy still has his hand out. Eventually, the guy gives up, goes back to his seat, and the bus driver the whole time, like, he keeps the bus still so that the guy could get up. The guy is on the ground for at least a minute. He's not saying anything. He's so out of it. He's on the ground of the bus for about a minute. The bus driver doesn't tell him to hurry up and get up, doesn't ask him if he's okay, nothing. Eventually, the guy slowly gets up, taking his sweet-ass meth time, and then finally, the bus starts moving again towards the next bus stop. The bus driver then passes the next bus stop, but pulls over to the side. Meanwhile, he hasn't told us why we are at a standstill now. And the bus at this point goes into about a 5-minute standstill. So I'm thinking, and I'm sure probably everyone on the bus is thinking, okay, so now you're going to take a break after all this stuff is going on? But meanwhile, no one is speaking up, which annoys me because I'm now at this point, I'm wondering, am I the only one that's going to a job? You know, because where the fuck are all of you guys going that you're not upset that we're taking our sweet ass time? Again, the bus driver does not tell us why we're stopped. Eventually, he comes out of his little driver's seat and he starts seeing if anyone wants to fill out like a little piece of paper, I guess, to if you saw the fall, if you saw the guy fall over. I guess it's like to prevent a lawsuit or whatever. But I'm thinking the whole time, the guy is fucking out of it. He's high as a kite. He probably doesn't even know that he fell down. So no one ends up filling out one of those forms. The bus driver never apologizes for us being delayed. Another bus that we all could have gotten out of and gotten into had the bus driver told us something, ends up driving past us. So now I'm even later to work, okay? Finally, long story short, or short story long, I ended up getting to work 15 minutes late. I would have only been about 2 minutes late, 3 minutes late, had none of this shit happen with these meth heads. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for bitching, but I'm not sorry for bitching. That was my day. This is my vlog. There you have it. That's how it was. I hate meth heads. Peace.